Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully get all that our specific ID, all that bicycle data, right? Like there is a ID as a 0. So for the reasons it's now get all that our 0 ID, all the data, that's the images, the name, and then the price, right? Now when you make it as a 5, now then that will be get that our 5 ID, all the data. When you get that as a 3, click as enter. Now you can see it's now perfectly get that our 3 ID data. Right now I want to update our all that bicycle in our home page. Okay, so if you want to do that work, simply understand what exactly we have to do. So right now all the data in our server, like that is one of the div. So I want to take this div in our another page, and then with the loop one by one all that our bicycle data I want to visible in our home page, because it's very much simple. One of the procedure now we have to flow. Let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, I want to go to our code editor, and now here we need first of all, we have to find out appropriate file location, right? That means this div location. So that is in our home page. Our home page means if you go to there is a public and there is a view, right? Into the view area here, there is one of the file as a bicycle HTML. Right, so now into this bicycle HTML here, first of all we have to find out the common part. So that is our total div part. You can see there is a bicycle and there is a main div as a bicycle shop. Now first of all I want to take out this part. Like if you select it, our div is started and div is ended in here. So now this div, okay, total div I want to cut it from to this position. I simply cut it. And now in our view, better into the view area, I want to create another new folder and I just name it as a main. And into this main area here, I want to create another file. Okay, I want to create a new file as a b main. Okay, that is a bicycle main. Whatever the name actually you choose, I name it as a bicycle main.html. Okay, that will be one of the HTML file I simply created. Great. And here I want to paste it. Okay, I want to paste our total div in particular that position. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now here I want to load all that our dynamic data. Okay, that means if there have multiple data, all that our div will be the same. All that information will be updated, and this part will be loaded in our main bicycle. From here I actually cut this part, right? So here I want to create another modifier that I have already done for the overview. You can see I have already created some of the modifier, and with this modifier simply we load all that dynamic data. So now I want to better copy it, and here I simply declare on the modifier and I just name this modifier as a all. Okay, I make it as a all main. Okay, all main bicycle. So bicycles. So this type of one of the modifier I simply created in here. I hope friend at that point it's very much clear to you. Now we have to get all the data. That means from our JSON right now there have the total 6 data, right? So here I want to get one by one. That means I want to loop all that file. First of all we have to load our this page, right? There is a b main. So if you want to do that work, I hope you already know what exactly the things we have to do. Like here, first of all, I have to find out our home route. You can see that is our home route, right? So into this home route area here, now I want to add the same things. Better I copy it. Okay, copy it, and then after that I paste it. Okay, I simply paste it. I take one of the variable. As per our name. Okay, or as per our name, better I name it as the same name. Okay, now for better references, I simply use that same name as all main bicycles. And then that will be as a await, and then our fs module. With this fs module, that is our method as a read file method. It should be now read our file. So that is in our which place, that is in our view, and then the main, and then there is a b main, right? So there is a view, and after that I have created another folder as a main. So I name it as a main, and then that will be as a main. Okay, that means the b main. I simply loaded this page. Okay, b main and then HTML, and I just make that our anchor tag as a UTF-8. I hope you already know about it. And now we have to do, first of all, as I told you here right now, in particular that position we have to loop it, right? And we have to loop it with like as a 6. So I simply want to add one of the for loop. Okay, here I simply added that one of the for loop, and into this for loop area here I want to do that will be simple conditions. So I take that late, and that will be index, right? And that is index, and index I name it as that will be started from to the 0. Okay, that means the 0 index that will be started. And how much time that will be executed? So I make it as index. So this index will be as a less than 6, right? So then that will be actually get all that our data. So I make it as a less than 6, and then that will be automatically one by one that will be incremented. So in fundamental I have already discussed about that things with you. Now that will be automatically one by one incremented, right? And now better I want to do and to create another string, empty string here. Okay, I create on the empty string. I just name it as a let all the bicycle. So, okay, that will be a let all the bicycle. This type of one of the variable I simply declare, and after that here I want to do and to make it as an empty array. Okay, I make it as an empty array, and now one by one we have to loop it, right? We have to loop. I make this our string value, so that will be our here all the data will be as a plus equal. That means automatically one by one that will be incremented. All that whatever the data, because here I have already put one of the condition, it should be run this loop for the 6th time, right? So this all our bicycle, then that will be our here in our which place that will be loaded. That will be loaded in our this bmain page, right? bmain.html. So here I take it with this variable. So now here that will be that means this loop will be executed. Okay friend, I hope every part is very much clear to you. So now I want to replace. Okay, as I told you before, now I want to replace with our which one. Now I want to replace our this part that will be load our this that is our b main, right? So if you want to replace it, I have already done that replace. Like here you can see there is a replace. So I want to do and to simply copy it. Okay, I copy it, and then after that, so that is our loop, and after that loop I want to do and to replace it. Okay, I want to replace with our which name. Replace will be with our all main bicycle. Okay, I copy it, then that will be the all main bicycles. So that will be replaced, and here also I pass one of the identifiers as g. That means that will be as a global, right? And then I want to pass our which part. I want to pass out this all. Okay, all bicycle. Because here that will be replaced. That means this file I have already get that data, take the things with this variable. Now it will be replaced in here. Okay, so now I want to do and to simply pass it. So after that I simply pass it. Okay, I simply pass it. And also here I use that HTML another time. So for the reasons this HTML should be as a not that constant variable, that will be as a let variable, because right now we are reassign that things again. So for the reasons this variable will be not that constant variable, that will be as a let. I have already discussed about that things with you before. We have already get some of the error for this, right? Now I simply also updated this part, which is totally fine. Now if you want to check it, click as a save all, and now that should be loaded the 6, but our result will be the same. Like if you now click as refresh, so it's not get this data. Okay, it's not get this data. Here also they have no error. Okay, server they have also no error. Maybe I have already get this data, and into this area I pass it, right? Here I pass it, so there is a main bicycle. You can see I'm actually passing this file. Okay, so it obviously would be our this file, right? That is all the bicycles, not that all main bicycle. That is actually the pretty much same name. For the reasons there is a mistake, so that will be obviously this one, because here I have already created one of the empty string, and here that will be load our total loop, right? So now that will be all the bicycle. That means all the bicycles. Great. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Our server is now running. Okay, server is now running, and now if you go now refresh it, yeah, you can see it's now successfully get all the 6 data. Right now in our data JSON they have the 6 ID data. So now you can see it's now successfully get all the data. But here there is all our same div, right? It's actually display all that our same div, because of all here I didn't pass any data. That means dynamic data I didn't pass it in here, right? For the reasons actually is display like that way. So for the reasons is display like that way. So that is our all that ID. If you click it, you can see there is a 0 ID. If you go there is also the 0 ID. That means one data is visible. So now we have to make it as a dynamic. That means one by one all that our dynamic ID data will be visible in here. So how can do that work? But I want to continue this process in our next video. I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.